stock related queries, so do not forget to call us on the numbers flashing on your screen. You can also write to us on WhatsApp. Both the numbers are available for you to write us your query, also ask us live. So therefore, take the best use of this opportunity and call us on the numbers available to you. Today we have Mahesh M. Ocha joining in on the fundamentals and Vikas Jain on the technicals. Welcome both of you gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us in this edition of Fast Profit. Diving straight into our very first query, Suguna has written to us from Dubai and she holds 300 shares of RK Forgings at 760 rupees a piece and is asking whether she can continue to buy or hold. Now, RK Forgings has dropped down to about 632 odd per share and was up about 0.8%. But however, Sugna is sitting on a loss of 38,000 plus. Mahesh, I'll take this query to you. Although RK Forgings looks like a fundamentally strong stock but has been seeing some kind of tepid movement on the stock exchanges, what's your sense and what should Sugna do?
I think on any upside, she should try to exit from RK Forging. For the time being, I'm not looking for upside. Seems limited upside on the stock. So I think exit could be a best opportunity for RK Forging.
Okay, all right. And Vikas, also taking your sense on what is happening with RK Forgings, it seems to have had a decent run up since at least till Jan of 2025. But after that, it really fell on the stock exchanges. It recovered briefly, but again fell to its lower band. What do you think is happening with the stock, and what would your upside potential for the stock be, if any?
So if you look at the stock, has been witnessing a corrective action since the tariff announcements happening through October, November. And overall, all the auto ancillary space, so RK Fortune is also through about one of them. So the stock has already declined from the highs of around 1,030, 1,050 to 630 levels. There was a strong block deal being announcement or strong price volume action being taken place in the lower range of 575.80. A huge amount volumes were being taken place. And post that the stock is making some amount of bottom-up formation. So the bottoms are in place, but it will take some amount of time to recover to scale back till to its purchase price of 780, 800.
All right, okay. And let's now take up another WhatsApp query also. Ratish has written to us from Qatar and he holds 240 shares of Castrol at 204 rupees a piece and is again asking what should he do with his investment. He's made a meager profit of 871 and the stock is trading around 208. So by the looks of it, it looks like a very recent purchase. Mahesh, coming to you. Hailing from the industrial lubricants and that kind of space, which is potentially undergoing to be some kind of impact from the Middle East crisis that's currently ongoing. How do you see the sector and as well as the company performing in such turbulent times?
Castrol is a fundamentally very good stock, and if you're looking for a dividend, then also dividend is very good. So I think counter is fundamentally very strong, and timing some oil distribution are also going on. But yes, I'm optimistic for some more upside. That could be a 250, 260 range. If anyone like to hold, then they can hold if they are bought in recent. Also, if anyone want to buy, then they can buy. If any lower they are getting, they can be buy.
All right. And also, Vikas, since April of 2025, the stock of Castrol has been consolidating a bit. And this also follows the fall that it saw after March of 2025. What's your reading on the chart structure of Castrol India? And again, what do you think is the upside potential of this?
So the multiple band of the averages is placed near to somewhere around 215, 218. So on crossover of 215, 218 levels will give a breakout to test the recent high of around 240, 245. So it has made some amount of bottom-up formation near to sub 200 levels, but it has to cross convincingly about 215 to 218 levels for a strong amount of up move.
Okay. All right, and now we have Venkat, our very first caller, joining us on the phone line from Tirupati. So, hi Venkat, Vanakkam, thank you so much for calling. What's your question?
Madam, thank you for good evening.
Most welcome. Please ask your question.
I have Anantraj shares, 100 shares at the rate of 685.
Okay.
And recently, yesterday, I have seen Economic Times newspaper. In that paper, one of the analysts have given It's 79% upside for the Anantra stock. Is it correct? Or another thing I want to know is, at this price I can add more.
Okay, okay, all right. I couldn't really understand the major part of his question, but I do know that he is holding 100 shares of Anantraj at 685 and is also asking whether this is the right juncture to continue holding or even add more shares. And therefore, Mahesh, again, beginning with you, Anantraj has dropped down significantly from its 52-week high. It's trading around 519 and it also has slipped below the price our viewer bought them at. When do you think that recuperation is going to happen for the stock price per se? And how does the fundamental story of Anantraj look like to you in the long term?
See, the Anantraj story is a longer term story. I think if anyone holding Anantraj, they should horizon at least 2 to 3 years, because there is a data center story, there is a land story, and the stock is accumulating some kind of accumulation also going on with the stock. So recently we have seen some upside, after that some lower consolidation type setup going on. But yes, there is a outlook is very positive. I think if anyone want to buy, they can buy in a staggered way. If any lower level they are getting, they can accumulate in a staggered way. But yes, they are holding, they can hold. But your view should be at least 2 to 3 year horizon, because these kind of stocks are taking some more time when consolidation phase going on. But yes, definitely, I think stock has a potential of good return percentage in terms of any other stocks. So I think they can hold, and I'm optimistic for some more upside. There is a data center story, land bank story. So some time could stock can take some more time for consolidation. But yes, 2 to 3 year, if your horizon, you will make some more money.
Okay, okay. So Mahesh is suggesting that it would take a little longer for you to transfer your investment into a good success for Anantraj. But however, Vikas, I would also like to come and take your reading of what's happening with the stock, because as per my reading and my optical vision, since January of 2025, the stock has been trading in a pretty tight bound range. What's your outlook on Anantraj, and what do you think is a resistance level, and when do you think it will be able to break that current resistance level that Anantraj has?
If you look at the stock, has been pretty volatile and one of the high beta names into the realty space. Recently, if you look at the stock, made some formidable bottom near to 410, 420, moved to an all-time high of near to 600 odd levels. And now it's once again at retraced back 50% of what it has achieved. So it is near to the long-term support zone. So we'll have to do some amount of swing trading, maybe in the range of around 14 to 15% range. Buy it sub near to sub 500 odd levels, and then sell it back near to 600, because that is a band what is being trading through. So as the investor wants to accumulate some amount of shares, it is a trading at the lower band. So we can accumulate BL to sub below 500 and do a swing trade for near to 580, 570 odd levels for a quick return.
All right, thank you for that. And viewers, just a gentle reminder to all of you watching us currently that this is your opportunity to get all your stock related queries answered. So do not forget to call us on the numbers flashing on your screen. Trust me, you do not want to miss this chance. And you can also write in your queries on WhatsApp, but we do urge you to take the best use of this opportunity and call us live. We have Dilip joining us on the phone line from Hyderabad. Hi Dilip, good evening. Hi Dilip, good evening.
Hello.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm holding private and shares around 12 shares at the rate of 8.75 rupees.
Okay. Dilip, I'm so sorry. I'd like to interrupt you here. Your line is a bit disturbed, but I think I have your query, so I'll ask on your behalf. Expert Dilip from Hyderabad had called us to know about his investment in Gravita India, and he holds 1,295 shares bought at 1,875. That's the average price. And unfortunately, Dilip has made a massive loss for himself, sitting on a piled up loss of about 2.47 lakh at the moment. He's asking what his 6-month outlook on this one, what your 6-month outlook on this one should be. So Mahesh, taking this question to you, what do you think is the reasoning behind Dilip's accumulated loss? Did he enter at the wrong time, or and if yes, what should his strategy now be to maybe, if not erase all those losses, but at least minimize them?
I think stock has a potential for some more, upside, but yes, it's taking some more time. It's going through some accumulation. But their pick is right. I think this should give some more time to gravity. I think stock has a potential of at least 50 to 60% upside from these level. So these kind of stocks are taking some more time, but yes, your potential higher percentage potential is also high. So some kind of consolidation going on. I think stock could give some more can take some more time for accumulation. But yes, if your horizon is more than 9 12 months, I think stock could give you at least 2,400 level could become in gravita. We are optimistic for some more upside. There is some ups and down in the stocks, but yes, potentially upside could be there.
We do have a potential upside. You just have to wait to grab that for Gravitas India. And now we have Sandeep calling us on the phone line from Bengaluru. Hi, Sandeep. Good evening. Do we have Sandeep? Okay, no issues. So Sandeep from Bengaluru wants to get some of your interesting stock recommendations. He has a corpus of 10 lakh rupees which he wants to deploy over the course of next 5 years. Therefore, Mahesh, coming to you on this one, it's very interesting. Since 2025 began, we've had many geopolitical tensions that have come to the front face, but Indian markets have stood a bit resilient. What are those pockets that you see which can give not just margin of safety, but good risk reward and also, a great investment opportunity?
See, slowly we are coming with the stocks. There is a banking sector where ICICI, I think ICICI can be a good pick from current horizon. HDFC also some more upside. Trend also looking good for some more upside. I think from these level also Trend can be a good pick from current juncture. Trend could be a nearby 7,400, 7,500 level. Titan could be also have some more potential for upside. So these kind of stocks is currently in limelight. I think some more upside could come in these kind of VMM, Afcons Infra. If you are looking for some mid cap name, then both the name are preferred. Afcons and VMM particularly looking attractive to me.
So there are some banking names and then there are some real estate names. Vikas, I'd like to take your, top recommendations as well, because sometimes the fundamentals and the technical recommendations don't match because of how stock structure is just natured. So what's your suggestion, and what are some 2 or 3 stocks that come to the top of your mind if somebody had to make money?
Consumer in the pharma space has really underperformed in the whole current structure over the last 3 to 4 months in comparative basis, but earnings have improved. So we believe Varun Beverages Limited, which has been a consistent multi-bagger throughout the years, has seen a good amount of corrective action from the highs. So Varun Beverages looks interesting from the current levels of 460, 461. We believe the stock will move higher near to 540, 550 over the next 3 to 6 months. Another stock looks interesting from the CRAM space is Syngene International. The stock is trading at multi-month lows. Long-term averages supports the name. So Syngene looks interesting from current levels. Apart from private banks, as Mahesh said, Axis Bank looks attractive. The stock has the potential to move higher near to 1320, 1350 odd levels. So these are the 3-4 names what I be like at current.
Okay, so the common one amongst the 2 of them was a couple of banking names. So you might want to look at the banking sector for the next multi-bagger maybe. Now we have Siddharth calling us on the phone line from Guntur. Hi Siddharth, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. What's your question, Siddharth?
My query is regarding Chennai Petroleum Corporation, madam.
Okay.
I am holding 121 shares, average price 380.
Okay.
I'm holding since last 2 years. I didn't book any profit, even though it touched 1,300 rupees. And last year, it declared the dividend, so nearly 50 rupees. Should I continue to hold for 1 more year, or should I book some partial profit? I want to know the medium-term outlook. Actually, it is posting good results in Q2 and it posting losses in Q3, Q4. These are my observations from last 2 to 3 years.
Right. You're right, actually.
Yes, ma'am. I want to
Okay,
know the fundamental and the
understood.
technical
Understood.
level.
Let's help you, Siddharth. Mahesh, our viewer Siddharth from Guntur holds 120 shares of Chennai Petroleum Corporation, bought at 380 rupees, and the stock price has jumped by over like 50% and is now trading around 702. And Siddharth is also sitting on a decent profit, but he tends to ask you, what should your suggested strategy be for the next 1 year? Should he continue holding or add more shares? Because while it has given him that kind of return that maybe he was expecting for, he thinks that the financial metrics that the company has shown in the past couple of quarters has been a bit volatile. So what's your take?
I think he should because his buying is very lower. So say keep stop loss near 670. I think the stock has some more upside potential that could be a 750, 760 range. It's also high dividend pay stocks and fundamentally very good pickup. So I think they can hold and partial profit booking on higher level. That could be a good strategy. That could be a 750, 760 zone. After that, what if any closing above 760, we can see some more upside. That could be 800 plus level where they can book all the profit. I think stock has a good run up and good dividend pay. In longer term, you can hold, but if your strategy is very short term, that then they can keep stop loss near 670 there. So at least their profits, some profit there could be take if any downside come.
Stop loss of 670 is what one should keep in mind with regards to Chennai Petro. But Vikas, also taking this question to you, how would you define the chart structure of Chennai Petro? Because since October of 2024, it has been sort of flat, right, in the way it has been trading on the stock exchanges. And even if there is a potential upside waiting around the horizon, when do you think that's going to come into the picture?
Look at this today itself, the stock has given a strong amount of breakout with strong volumes. Look at the price action has been pretty good. So with the respect to higher crude prices, Chennai Petro is one of the major beneficiary, and with the geopolitical crisis going through, the main crude prices should continue to remain buoyant, and the stock should also do well. So with the way the price action has shown some amount of price breakout, we believe this move can extend near to 765, 780 on an immediate basis. So that would be the ideal candidate to book some amount of partial profits. So we can keep and hold into the stock. 780, 85 could be possible where he can book some amount of minor profits.
All right, got it. And now we have Murli calling us from Bengaluru. Hi, Mr. Murli. Good evening.
Good evening, and thank you for taking my query, and thanks for the panelists also.
Most welcome.
I bought 200 shares of Tangamayil Jewelry,
Okay.
a Tamil Nadu-based jewelry player,
Yeah.
at the rate of 1,994.31.
Okay.
Currently, I am under a loss,
Right.
and I saw the results, and probably they are getting a very good turnover, but the inventory loss was major reason in January to March quarter. And they opened a new showroom, first showroom in Chennai also.
Okay.
So one of the biggest showrooms, and they say it's very encouraging.
Okay.
What is a view from at least 15 months to 24 months point of view?
All right. Okay. Understood.
Because it is going at a lower price there, half of the price of Titan, PE, and Kalyan Jeweler also.
Right.
All parameters are okay, but and they gone with a rights issue also recently with a huge funds. So what are the things before me, options before me?
Yeah, you're right.
I am willing to wait.
Okay, Mr. Murli. Firstly, I'm so impressed, Murli, that you've read so well about the company and you're very well aware of the different things that the company reported in Q4 as well. So that gives you an edge over your investment. But taking this question to you experts, Murli from Bengaluru holds 200 shares of Tangamayil Jewelry at 1,994.31, a pretty precise number. We have the decimal points also over there. He's asking what his long-term strategy should be, and he also very well summarized how the quarterly results went by for the company, where the turnover did increase, but the inventory was a bit of the pain point for Tangamayil. And Mahesh, especially in comparison to its peers, like Murli already mentioned and pinpointed, that the valuation multiple of Tangamayil as compared to, say, a Kalyan or a PC or a PN Gadgil looks a bit fair. But what is happening with the stock, and why has it not been able to give that kind of return to Murli despite waiting on it for such a long time?
See, their stock pick is very good. I think stock has more potential in coming time for upside. But yes, as stock is a low volume, so might be some profit booking on these current levels. So the stock is facing some more downside. But yes, I think stock has a much more potential if you are holding for a 9 to 12 month or a more than 12 month horizon. At least 2,400 level could be come. So wait for some more time. I think he can hold further. But yes, on 2,300 plus level, you should at least book some profit. So ideally, that could be a strategy you should keep in your mind.
Okay, all right. And now let's go across to our next caller waiting for us from Pune. Deepak is here to talk to me. Hi, Deepak. Good evening.
Good evening to you and all the both the panelists.
Good evening, Deepak. Please go ahead. Yes, how can we help you?
Yeah, my query is regarding Tata Steel.
Okay.
I got 1,000 shares. So I would like to know what is the short-term horizon, let's say about 3 months, and the long-term horizon for this stock.
Okay, and at what price did you buy these 1,000 shares of Tata Steel?
155.30.
And when did you purchase them?
About 30 days now.
Okay, so it's been a month.
About a month. Yeah.
Okay, all right. And just one last question. For how long do you want to continue holding? Because I want to know whether it's a 3-month or a 6-month horizon or even shorter.
No, 6 months is fine.
6 months is
And then a long term as well.
okay, all right.
So I'm looking at the entire Tata group as a whole thing. Since they're doing well, I would just like to know as to what's the future for the stock.
All right, okay, understood. So Mahesh, Deepak from Pune holds 1,000 shares of Tata Steel, bought at 155.30 a piece, and he's been holding these 1,000 shares for the past 1 month. He is okay with holding them for the next 6 months or even longer, if that is what you suggest. Therefore, I'd like to ask you, what do you think is the upside potential of this investment, and would you suggest Deepak to add more shares at this current juncture?
See, their stock is fundamentally very good and upside potential is there. But yes, metal is interacted with multiple global also. So I think there could be to keep watching the global event also for the metal sector. But from current juncture, I think stock is in a range bound particular. So after a closing of 162 on closing basis, after that what we can see some more fast upside. But yes, if your horizon is more than 12 months, I think a stock has potential up to 190, 195 zone at least minimum. But yes, from current juncture, I think a stock is in a consolidation zone. But after a 162 plus closing, we can see some more upside. Particularly in this sector, Hindalco looks attractive from current shorter term view. If you are looking for a shorter term view, Hindalco looks attractive and technically also giving some support on this juncture and having some more upside potential is also there. That could be 725, 740 level.
Okay, all right. So if you're interested in buying another steel counter, then perhaps Hindalco is what Mahesh is suggesting you to consider. And Vikas, I'd also like to get your technical outlook on Tata Steel, because I'm just curious as to how you define what's happening with the stock per se. Since January 2025, it has seen 2 bouts of recovery. Do you think it's trading in a particular cycle? Is it showing some kind of cyclic behavior, or what is it?
As you suggested, it's a cyclical stock, and the stock is remaining sideways. It is trading in a particular band of 145, 146 on the downside, 165, 167 on the higher side. So it's better to avoid. I would recommend, if he wants, he can keep a stop of around 145, 146, which is a multi-band band of weekly averages. So if that is being broken, I think then the structure would turn away. So we can continue to hold until 145 is not breached on the downside.
Thank you so much for that, Vikas. And now we have Subhojit calling us from Kolkata. Hi, Subhojit. Good evening.
Good evening to everyone.
evening.
Hi, this is Shubhajit from Kolkata.
Good evening, Subhojit. How can we help you? Which stock do you hold?
Yeah, so I have 75 stocks of KNR Construction.
Okay.
Bought at 298.
All right.
So I want to hold it for 5 to 7 years because I'm bought into the infrastructure story of India. But this stock continues to underperform, maybe due to, I think, low liquidity, cash flow problems. But so I want to know what is up with this stock, and is it a good long-term bet?
Okay, but before that, since you took the decision to enter the stock, I'd like to ask your rationale behind buying these 75 shares. What did you think about KNR Constructions?
So actually, I bought it during last year budget time when I saw the huge allocation to infrastructure and the KNR construction getting a very good order book from even the government of India. So that was my outlook that infrastructure will definitely go and grow, and this stock will definitely give me returns.
All right. Okay, interesting. Mahesh, our viewer Subhajit from Kolkata holds 75 shares of KNR Construction, bought at 298 rupees a piece, and his entire motto behind buying the stock was perhaps to play the infrastructure push that the government has been promoting in such a huge way in the best possible manner, but it has not given him that kind of result that he was expecting. He is sitting on a loss, in fact, and the stock is trading around 209 rupees at the moment. He mentioned that the company per se, although it has good orders and a history of good order book as well, but there has been some cash flow issue that has been paining the stock from the back end. What's your sense on KNR Construction, and what should Subhajit do?
I think if they want to add some more share on these, then so they can add further. I think stock has some going from some consolidation phase, and also management looks attractive to me also. But yes, some kind of cash flow issues. That is the pressure that is putting pressure on stocks. But yes, these level are in lower support. So I think 190, 195 could be a lower support for the stocks, and the stock has a potential for some more upside. So I think these type they can add further if any they want to add. Else they can hold further. I think stock has a potential for upside at least 325, 340 level. These are cycle, and I think company is fundamentally good. So the stock price could be recovered.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Mahesh. And on that note, viewers, we will have to take a very, very short break, but we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Imports become the exception rather than the norm, and increasingly we do almost last year, for example, of the contracts that we signed of record 2,09,000 crores, 81% was awarded to the domestic industry. Our intent is to manufacture in India, preferably with design also in India.
I am so elated to be on the same screen as the Defense Secretary, and I get a chance to talk about what he said.
In certain areas, like for example, artillery guns and armored vehicles, or in some categories of missiles like the BrahMos and the Akash, we've come of age.
What Defense Secretary Sir said is 100% true, and today private industry can really increase their involvement in R&D.
I am very proud to say that we make, in our categories that we have been supplying to our defense forces, some of the best platforms in the world.
Sources in ED seeking explanation on Yuvraj Singh, Harbhajan Singh, on why they are endorsing such platforms which are banned by Government of India, and the mule account and Benami transaction, the kind of promotional payout being given to some of the media houses, the ad rates are between 50 crore to 100 crore.
What happens in reality is that under the garb of skill-based game, they end up promoting gambling only.
Welcome back, viewers. You're watching Ask Profit only on NDTV Profit, a show that gets all your stock-related queries answered. So do not forget to call us on the numbers available to you. You can also write your queries down to us on WhatsApp, but we do urge you to pick up your phones and call us so that we can talk to you live and you can ask your query with much more clarity. Today we have Mahesh M. Ojha on the fundamentals and Vikas Jain joining us on the technicals. So welcome back, both of you. Let's dive straight into our very first query. After this very short break, we have Man Singh joining us on the phone line from Kurnool. Hi Man Singh, good evening.
Hi Malika ma'am, good evening.
Good evening.
Thanks for taking my query.
Most welcome. Please call me Malika. Don't call me Malika, ma'am. Man Singh. Thank you so much for the respect. But yes, what's your question?
My query regarding AGA Green Pack.
Okay.
I entered this share 700 and exited about 840 level. Should I re-enter at the current level or should I wait? I want to know the technical and fundamental analysis.
All right. And did you make profits the last time you invested in AGI Green Pack?
Yes, ma'am. Just a little bit, 3 to 4K.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Vikas, I'll take this query to you. Man Singh from Kurnool wants to know whether this is the right time to enter AGI Green Pack, and the stock is trading around 778 and was down about 0.3% in trade today.
The stock has been flattish since the calendar year 2025, but before that it has strongly outperformed and has declined from the highs of around 1300. So it is near to the long-term support zone of 765, 780, what has been told. So we can add at the current levels and make a swing trade. Believe the stock can see some amount of positive momentum near to 920, 930, which is the first bout of resistance. So near to the support zone, long-term support zone, we can add at current levels.
All right. And Mahesh, at NDTV Profit, we actually had done this analysis where we broke down the number of sectors and the various different pockets that perhaps rising crude oil prices could affect. And one of them was the packaging industry that came out to the top of it. What's your sense on AGI Green Pack that hails from the packaging space? Do you think it could take a potential hit if crude oil prices increase further from this point?
Yes, definitely. They could be that could be impacted. I think from AGA Green Pack, I think they should wait at least some more time. So I think some kind of pressure if generated, they can get in lower level. That could be nearby 700 zone. So wait and watch could be a good strategy. But yes, you can add in a staggered way also. That could be keep in your watch list stocks.
So wait and watch, but you can add in a staggered form is what Mahesh has suggested. But we have Sandeep waiting for us on the phone line from Bengaluru. So hi Sandeep, good evening.
Hey, hi. I have about 300 stocks of SW Solar at 328.
Okay.
And it's been falling for a few days now.
Right.
So I'm wondering, should I just sell it off and invest elsewhere, or can I hold it for a couple of months to see if it comes up?
Okay, all right. And for how long have you been invested in the stock, Sandeep?
I had bought it once also prior earlier and I cut some losses. So this time it started seeing some up. I thought I'll invest again and try my luck. Unfortunately, it seems to be going down again actually.
Okay, got it. Okay, so Mahesh, our viewer Sandeep from Bengaluru holds 300 shares of SW Solar at 328 and the stock is trading around 306 odd levels and was down about 2.5% in trade today itself. What's bothering Sandeep is the manner in which it has been moving on its downward swing. What's your sense on SW Solar and what is playing behind this kind of downward trend that we're seeing?
See, the stock is volatile in its nature. So we have seen lower level in recent time. After that, what the stock has recovered, and we are up on a higher level, some kind of higher level. We have seen some profit booking type of event. So stock has a more potential up to at least 400 plus level. But yes, some profit booking are some profit booking are taking time. So you can hold further. But if you want to add further in, so the lower level, that could be a 260 to 70 zone. If you want to add further, then that level could be keep in your mind. But yes, stock has a more potential for at least 400 plus level from a 1 year horizon.
Right. And Vikas, also taking this question to you, since Sandeep is sitting on a loss at the moment from SW Solar, the current range in which it is currently trading is really at the bottom of its one-year pyramid. What is your sense, and do you think it will be able to recover from the kind of downside that it is currently experiencing?
Look at the price correction has been very so maybe in terms of price momentum, the correction would be over. But after such a massive price correction from the highs of around 800 to 300, the stock would witness some more amount of time correction into the name. So some amount of positive news flow has to be set in for the stock again to rebound and re-move up higher. So maybe in terms of price, it would not decline, but some amount of time has to be given into the name. So the stock would remain sideways, we believe, for the next 1 or 2 months, and then could see amount of swing with respect to the news flows, which better to avoid.
Okay, so it's better to avoid SW Solar at this given juncture. Now we have Vishwas, who's calling us from Bengaluru again. So lots of calls from Bengaluru. Hi Vishwas, good evening.
Hi ma'am, good evening.
Good evening. What's your question, Vishwas?
I'm KPIT Technology in 500 quantity in average price 1,350 in short term in 9 months, ma'am. Profit book or sell, ma'am.
All right. Okay. Understood.
Technical analysis, ma'am. Please, ma'am.
Sure. Don't worry. Vishwas from Bengaluru. Vikas, I'll take this question to you because he's requested for a technical analysis on this one particularly. He holds 500 shares of KPIT Tech at 1,350 rupees a piece. The stock is trading around 1,390 at the moment, but is or has been facing some kind of pressure in recent times. What's your sense on the stock, and do you think our viewer Vishwas should book his profits?
I think he should continue to hold on because the stock has witnessed good amount of move over the past 2 or 3 months, no doubt about it. But they believe the stock has witnessed some corrective action declining from the testing the 200-day average and then declining that. But it has the potential with the move higher. So once the 200-day average has been crossed near to those 1430, 1440, the high which it made, then it would have a strong amount of up move. So you can continue to hold on with a stop of around 1345, 1350 near to its purchase price, and keep it for a higher target of 1450, 1480 odd levels.
1450 to 1480 odd levels for KPIT Tech. We have Mahesh who's calling us from Mumbai now. Hi Mahesh, good evening.
Yes, hi, good evening.
Hi Mahesh. So what's your question, Mahesh? How can we help you?
Yeah, thanks for taking my call.
Most
I hold
welcome.
about 1200 shares of ITC Limited
Okay.
at average price of 234.
All right.
I have been accumulating this stock from 2015 2016,
Okay.
and although it's trading at 420 odd levels,
Right.
the return on investment has been below average, just about 11% over the last 10 years. So I wanted to know a fundamental as well as technical view. Should I add more? I'm looking for a long-term view, but is there potential for the stock to rise upwards to give a better return?
All right. Okay. Interesting, but Mahesh, nevertheless, congratulations to you for accumulating an attractive profit of over 2 lakh rupees. But let's see if there's a way or there's hope to expand this profit. So experts, Mahesh from Mumbai holds 1,200 shares of ITC, bought at 234 almost a decade ago, back in 2015. And it's risen to 414 odd levels, so almost a shade below a 200 rupees hike per share. But however, as he mentioned, that the return on investment has been really meager, average of about 11%. Given the fundamentals of the company and this conglomerate, in fact, Mahesh, I'd like to ask you, what are the chances of that expansion in the reward that Mahesh can be expecting from this investment?
See, from current view, I think the stock has a limited upside potential that could be a 490, 500 level from a 1 year perspective. So, if you are looking for a higher return, then you should see some kind of volatile or some kind of frequency type of stocks. But these type of stocks are slow and steady and give some realistic type of some kind of low return compared to other. But yes, safety concern is there, and from safety purpose you can hold, and the company is also giving attractive dividend yield. But from my perspective, still banking looks attractive. If you're looking for another other investment, then banking sector looking attractive to me. So you can look on private banking sector as well.
So, Mahesh, then are you, Mahesh, are you suggesting Mahesh to then book his profits?
No, I think he can hold these. These are consolidation level. We can see some more upside. That could be 460, 440 upside level. If you want to book profit, then I personally advise to book on higher level. That could be 440, 460. From 1 year perspective, I think 490, 500 level could be come. But yes, profit booking level could be a 440, 460 range. And after that, well, you can look on private sector bank there compared to ITC. I think ICICI, HDFC, HVKS, told Axis also looking attractive. So these kind of stocks can give better return than ITC.
All right, understood. Now we have Ramana who's calling us from Hyderabad. So hi Ramana, good evening.
Yeah, this is Ramana. Good evening.
Good
Thanks
evening.
for giving me opportunity to speak actually.
Most welcome, Ramana.
I would like to buy Polymed at current level.
Okay.
Could you please enlighten me with what are the support level can I take it?
Ramana,
I want 1,000 shares.
Ramana, first, could you first enlighten me as to why are you interested in Polymedicure?
Yeah, because it is India's largest medical disposable manufacturing company. And it's fallen from 3,000 to 2,000 in a period of 2 months.
Okay.
Almost 35 to 40% is down actually.
Okay.
And while going through the fundamentals, everything look like stable.
Okay.
So I thought I should buy this.
Okay, interesting. Thank you for explaining me your reasoning, Ramana. But experts, Ramana from Hyderabad wants to know whether this is the right time to enter Polymedicure. And he told us that the price correction that the stock has seen in the past couple of months makes him to believe that perhaps it is an attractive time to also buy stocks. I'd like to take Vikas's view first on this. Do you echo with that analysis or not, Vikas?
So I would not agree with Mr. Ramana that the price has declined from 3,100 to 2,100. So it gives an opportunity. So if we go back and revisit, the price has also moved up from 1,100, 1,200 to 3,200. So the stock has already done its small amount of up move and now in the corrective phase. So in this type of stocks, technicals really don't work. But this would not be a great opportunity to buy as the stock has declined 30%. Before that, the 30% move, the stock has also moved up 3 times from 1,200, 1,100 or to 3,100 odd levels. And if the stock has some support area near to 2,100, 2,050, 2,100, but if that support is broken and some broader market correction happens, then the stock has the potential to decline more. So it's better to avoid.
Okay. And just to address the the core operation of the company, Mahesh, I read that Polymedicure is primarily an exporter of medical devices and exports plastic and medical disposables and surgical devices, right? So if this is highly dependent on its exports for its primary income, do you think at this given point, given how global circumstances are currently positioned, investing in a company such as this is a good idea?
I think you could, if you like to invest in particular company, then you should keep at least a stop loss of lower level, so your loss could be capped. So today stock has given some kind of breakout type of event. So if you're looking for a upside potential, I think 2,400, 2,400 could be a limited upside potential for time being. So if you're looking for an entry, you can enter, but keep stop loss near 1970. That is strict stop loss, because breaking that level, we may see 1,500, 1,600 odd level. So yes, I agree with Vikas that stock has run from 1,100 level to 3,000 level. But yes, after that, some kind of consolidation of going on with stock. So some kind of upside move could be come from a technical perspective. But yes, from longer term perspective, I don't think much more upside potential is there. 2,400, 2,450 could be kept for a upside for a from current view.
Okay. All right, thank you for that. And now we have another WhatsApp query. Vijay Mahajan has written to us from Delhi, and Vijay holds 165 shares of LIC bought at 930 rupees a piece, and he is seeking a very short 1 month outlook on this. And Vijay has also made a tinny mini profit of 1.64 thousand from this investment. Therefore, Vikas, taking this question to you, currently, correct me if I am wrong, the stock is trading in tandem with its 200 DMA and at 591 rupees a piece. Vijay bought them at an expensive price. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah. LIC is trading at around 940 rupees a piece. So what's your sense on LIC, and do you think it's going to give any kind of notable profit to Vijay by holding on to it for just a month?
It should continue to hold on, because if you look at as you said that it was LIC housing, which we were discussing through. LIC has witnessed a strong amount of breakout above the 200-day average. And for LIC, the 200-day average is placed near to now 901. With consistent amount of upmove, the stock is witnessing strong amount of traction. And the breakout happened with very strong volumes of more than 3 crores, 4 crores shares been delivering in March. So we believe the stock has the potential to move higher near to 1030, 1050 odd levels. So we can continue to hold on, a good name into the name after a breakout. So the stock has the potential, it can continue to hold.
Right. Okay, thank you for that. And we have another caller joining us from Trivandrum. Hi, Mr. Rohit. Hi, Rohit.
Hi, good evening, Malika and the panelists.
Good evening.
Hi, so my question is regarding Polycab, the cables and wires company. So I just started accumulating it in the last 3 months. Started out as a trading action, but it's performed well, so I have kept it. And it's doing well. The question is more specifically about today's performance. I believe it's gone up by nearly about 5%. Now, technically, it's hit this point before about 5 months ago, back in January, and it discovered some resistance at that point. So I don't see if there's any fresh impetus for it to move beyond this point, which is why I'd like some fundamental take on this as well. You know, is there enough reason to hold on to this any longer and believe that it can break through this resistance? And also perhaps a larger perspective on cables and wires, because KEI and Havells have also done well, which I hold in my portfolio. So this is not a portfolio stock, it's a fraction portion of it, but these are my queries.
Okay. Very well said, Rohit. Rohit from Trivandrum Experts holds 3 shares of Polycab at 5,736 rupees a piece. And his reading tells that the kind of upside that Polycab India saw, it was up about 5% in trade today, almost 5%, 4.8% to be honest. And it saw that similar kind of upside happen a couple of months ago back in January. And he is asking whether there's going to be another upside that could breach this kind of swing that it has seen. And therefore, for you to understand that, Mahesh, I'd like to come to you. How do you see the business of the company, and do you think there's going to be any kind of ignition for it to go and breach this 5% upside that it has seen twice already?
See, the stock has some more kind of upside potential is there, and stock in nature is high volatile stocks. So if you're looking for some more upside in shorter term, I think a 6,500, 6,600 level could become. But yes, in lower level, you should keep at least a stop loss of 6,040 on closing basis. So technically, yes, some kind of upside could come. But yes, if you're holding from a longer term perspective, I think 7,200, 7,400 level could be kept for a 6 to 9 month horizon from current view. So keep stop loss near 6,040 and hold for 6,500, 6,600 odd level for a target.
Okay. And Mahesh, I think Rohit was also interested to know your outlook on the overall cable sector. And cables, in fact, has gained a lot of momentum in the past couple of months. What's your outlook on the entire sector? And are there any other stocks that you would be positive on apart from Polycab?
Yes, you can see Havells KEI industry that looks attractive. Havells, particularly if you are looking for a Havells, I think a stock has a more potential for some more kind of upside. And if you are looking from a fundamental perspective, that will give you better safety concern, better P. So then also Havells could be look on the can be looked also. KEI can be looked. I think both stock has some more kind of upside potential is there. Havells, I think, is some kind of 7,750, 1,800 level could be a upside potential. So from a current view, if you're looking for these kind of a strategy, Havels and KEI could be preferred after the polygon.
All right, thank you for that. And we have Kishore now on the phone line from Hyderabad. Hi, Kishore. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Yes, please go ahead.
Recently, during April month, I purchased Siemens stocks. I have around 80 stocks.
Okay.
And thereafter, there is announcement of this Siemens Energy split.
Right.
Okay. Now, I purchased it at a 4,857 rupees. Now I am sitting on the 37,000 loss.
Right.
Okay. So while I'm happy that I'll be getting the Siemens Energy stocks, but I wanted to invest 50 more thousand. So between these two stocks, which stock I wanted to choose is a question for me. All that I wanted to know entry point for these two stocks and which is the better one.
All right. Okay. Vikas, I'll take this question to you. Kishore from Hyderabad holds 15 shares of Siemens at 4,836, and he bought them at the time when he bought them just before the split happened. And now that he has two options, Siemens and Siemens Energy, where do you think he should build his fresh positions?
I believe we should build into Siemens Energy because Siemens has already been a discovered stock. The stock had its strong amount of upmove. Siemens Energy is a new listed kid on the block in the business per se. We look at a lot of brokerage houses who have been positive with the name. The only thing is the stock is in trade to trade, so the stock is facing some amount of resistance and pressure. But Siemens Energy, it would be a preferred bet, which would see some amount of strong returns going forward over the next 3 to 6 months.
All right, thank you for that. And we have now Prithvi on the phone line from Hyderabad. Hi, Prithvi. Good evening.
Hi, ma'am. Actually, I am holding AW Agri stock from past 6 months at an average price of 332.
Okay.
Should I hold or sell the stock? No.
All right. And I'm sorry, for how many months have you been holding the stock?
From past 5 months.
For past 5 months. Okay. All right. Mahesh, taking this question to you, Prithvi from Hyderabad holds 1,000 shares of AWL Agribusiness, bought at 332 rupees a piece, and the stock has further slipped down to 256, giving him a massive loss of about 76,000 in just the past 5 months. What's your outlook on the company, and do you think Prithvi should continue holding?
See, the company has some kind of upside is there, but yes, some kind of consolidation going on with company. I think the stock has a limited upside potential that could be 275, 290 range from a current perspective. So try to exit on a higher level, but some kind of consolidation going on, so it can take some more time. So hold on from my side, 275 to 290 range could become from 6 to 9 months horizon.
All right. Thank you for that. And now we have Pradeep calling us from Bengaluru. Hi, Pradeep. Good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening. How can we help you?
Madam, I am a long-term investor.
Okay.
I've been an investor for 3 years, and I have a vision of another 2 years. I'm a senior citizen.
Okay.
Now I had 300 shares of Godavari Power, GPIL, purchased at 58 rupees. And the stock is trading around 175, 76 rupees.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to know, in view of the increase in metal-related stocks, I wanted to know whether I should hold on to it or whether I should book profits.
Okay. All right. Mahesh, I'll take this question to you. Our viewer Pradeep from Bengaluru holds about 58 shares, 300 shares of Godavari Power, bought at 58 rupees a piece. Very attractive price because the stock has climbed up to 177 odd levels, but has been very, very volatile on the charts. What's your take? Because he wants to continue holding for the next 2 years, and do you think he'll be able to expand his profits from here on?
I think the stock has a limited upside potential, so he should try to exit on higher level. That could be 200, 220 odd level. So profit booking is either a good because he's buying in the lower level. I think the stock has some kind of upside potential. So try to exit on higher level. That could be a good idea strategy.
Okay. And Vikas, I'd like to take your view on Godavari Power as well, because I'm unable to decide the direction of the stock in the past 1 year. The charts look very confusing. So could you give us some clarity as to where it is exactly headed?
I would agree with Mahesh that as the charts looks confusing, the stock is near to the verge of breaking down its 100 weeks average, which again is a concern in technical per se. So it's better than the performing the stock where the broader markets are seeing some amount of strong uptick. So it's better to avoid the name and book at higher levels, exit at higher levels.
All right. And with that, Vikas and Mahesh, we've run out of time. Thank you so much for joining this edition of Fast Profit and answering all the queries of our viewers with such patience and valor. And viewers, do note that we're live with Ask Profit both in the morning as well as in the evening. So you can continue to call us on the numbers available to you. And in the interim, you can write your queries down to us on the WhatsApp numbers. But overall, stay tuned to NDTV Profit as we have a lot more lined up for you right on the other side.
Sources in ED seeking explanation on Yuvraj Singh, Harbhajan Singh, on why they are endorsing such platforms which are banned by Government of India, and the mule account and Benami transaction, the kind of promotional payout being given to some of the media houses, the ad rates are between 50 crore to 100 crore.
What happens in reality is that under the garb of skill-based game, they end up promoting gambling only.